The new uniforms designed by Nike, produced by Fanatics. Jeff Passan tweeting all caps, breaking, the uniforms will be changed back to, I guess, what they were. It has really been one of the more absurd few months that we've had covering the sport. This, I think, as goofy as it is, for how much of it has been one of the biggest stories in baseball, it's absolutely one of the biggest pieces of news he could drop on us. And I think we sort of knew that this has been sort of being discussed and argued in the background by the MLBPA, who has been complaining about it. But as we talked about at the beginning when this all started, this has been a fan issue too. This has been a league reputation issue. And now it seems like with Jeff's reporting that at some point, as Jeff writes in the story, at least the memo says, at the latest, at the beginning of the 2025 season. So we might still have a full season this year of Tiny Letters.
In 15 years, when we're watching someone's Hall of Fame tape and there's like footage of Tiny Letters, we'll be like, that was 2024.
So the reason they thought they were doing this was it was performance wear. And this is an interesting thing. And this was kind of what I said when we first found out they were doing new uniforms before we saw how crappy they looked. This is from Jeff's story. Quote, "This has been entirely a Nike issue. At its core, what has happened here is that Nike was innovating something that didn't need to be innovated." And that gets at what I had been wondering the whole time, which is that quite literally, we say this in passing on our social media all the time. Who asked for this? Who among the players who were wearing these uniforms to play Major League Baseball were like, you know what we need? We need thinner jerseys that show when I'm really sweaty. I don't know who asked for it.
None of them did. Who asked for this was probably some executive at Nike and or Fanatics who was trying to, or MLB, who's trying to cut costs. That's all this is. No player walked into anybody's office and demanded these uniforms. There's absolutely no chance. I'm just excited that MLB recognized there was a problem. Now, yes, it took too long. And, you know, I talk about the Jimmy Neutron theory where you don't deserve praise for rectifying a problem that you yourself created, where every Jimmy Neutron episode was like, Jimmy builds a, robot that takes over the city. And then he saves everyone from the robot and everyone's clapping for Jimmy. Like he built the robot in the first place. You know what I mean? And so MLB oversaw or created this issue and therefore they don't need a standing ovation for fixing it. However, I am glad that instead of just ignoring everyone forever, they did eventually come around.